Hi everybody, Curiosity here for another deck profile, and finally BT 2.5 is here, which means that we officially have the Necromon deck profile in the physical form. If you haven't checked out Hyper Coliseum, they have some gameplay of Necromon that I did. We did some proxy play games, as well as my deck profile that I had from a couple weeks ago, and it was a huge honor to be on their channel and be featured there, so I really appreciate them. And if you can show them some love, definitely send your love that way also to Hyper Coliseum. But without further ado, let's officially jump into Necromon. Well, actually, hi everybody, it's Violet Inboots here, and I am going to go through the Necromon deck profile with you all today. Let's jump into the beginning here with our super very good Demi-Meramons. We are running 4 of them. This, of course, is our BT2.1 with the on-deletion inheritable of returning 1 Digimon card with the Ghost trait from your trash back to your hand. This is a great card to help you already getting cycling in, especially if you already are rookie swinging. If you're missing stuff, you can literally just swing it and bring back your level 3s, which are mostly ghosts. So very useful if you are planning to rookie rush, but also very good for late stage game when you are looking for cards you might have in your trash that you might not necessarily have left in your hand. So it's very useful to be cycling from your trash. Jumping into our level 3s, we have, of course, my best friend, Ghostmon with us. This Ghostmon, of course, is the Searcher Ghostmon, which is revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, adding 1 card with Ghost trait and 1 card with Liberator. So you get a lot out of this card, which is very good. And of course, it's on deletion, which is gain 1 memory. So very good, especially because we are deleting ourselves a lot. So we do want to gain that memory as much as we can and wherever we can. Of course, we have some Candlemons, which do have the Ghost trait as well. So they are grabbable, which is really nice. I am just running 3 right now. So we have our Retaliation effect, of course, as the main thing. And of course, our on deletion. By trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Very useful inheritable, especially if you are doing your execute abilities later on. Very good. And of course, the retaliation is kind of nice too, because like I said before, you can literally swing this into a body and still proc the inheritable from Demi-Mera. Then, of course, we move on to our Gazimons. I was trying to get the Tsukaimons, but I could not get a hold of them this time around. But the Gazimons are a part of my current collection, so I am using them today, which of course is just a gain 1 memory inheritable. So we are trying to maximize keeping turn as much as we can. And as a kind of tech choice, I am currently running the Psychmon here, which is players can't reduce play cost. You could also run the Memory Blocker Gazi, which is also very useful for the collection. Something of a food for thought. I just figured the on plays are going to combat a little bit more of the Royal Knight side of things, so that's kind of where my playset is at. So there you go. Onward to our next, our level 4s. Of course, we have 4 of the BT20 Bakemons. This, of course, is the when digivolving. If you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Violet Inboots from your hand without paying the cost. Of course, me being the Tamer, you'd expect to play me out. So, we are running 4 of those with the inheritable on deletion gain 1 memory. Very good to get out Violets, if not 1 but 2, which is really good. On to our other Bakemon, we are running 3 of the when digivolving on deletion Bakemon, draw 1, then trash 1 card in your hand. This Bakemon is also extremely useful because you get to cycle your trash a little bit. You get to put things into trash so it's more accessible from your inheritables, as well as, of course, you get to draw 1, which allows you to search a little better. And this one has the inheritable retaliation. So you can swing into unsuspended Digimon with execute, for example, and have retaliation and knock them out of the field, which is super very good. Our other level 4s, we of course are running just 2 of the Soulmon from BT20. This of course is our on play or when digivolving. 1 of your Digimon gain retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. So that includes if you have it on a Reapermon as a blocker, then you essentially have retaliation for that card, which is super very good. Our level 5s are next. Of course, we have our other bestie, Phantomon. This Phantomon is the first one to have the execute trait on it, which execute does state, at the end of your turn, this Digimon may attack. At the end of that attack, delete this Digimon. Your opponent's unsuspended Digimon can also be attacked with this effect. So, super very good to be swinging at opponents, especially if you have retaliation underneath, or you've given it by the Candlemon. Or you've given it by the Soulmon, my apologies. This one on deletion has you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the Ghost trait from your trash without paying the cost. Super very good, as well as its inheritable, which is the same thing, playing out 1 level 4 or lower Digimon with Ghost trait from your trash without paying the cost. So being able to swing at a level 5 is a lot easier with this deck. So a lot of times you end up leaving your level 5s on the field, trying to bait ace plays, and that can make it a little bit more difficult because your opponents can do things as well, and they can kind of remove things off the field. However, with Execute, you can just swing it and it dies anyway and cycles out some extra goodies for you. So you can get some good cycling there, which is really nice. The other one I am running level 5-wise is our Metal Phantomon. This one digivolves off of Phantomon for 1, so it makes it a lot cheaper if you're still missing a card and you need a little bit of an extra draw. But also, ending your turn on this, it has blocker, which is very, very good. Also, it does have an on-play when digivolving. By deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower. So it is working kind of similar to the inheritables that we have from our Candlemon and our Soulmon that are kind of sitting here. Also, what is really nice is this has the on-play effect as well, which works really, really well with Necromon. Of course, with the Phantomon playing out a level 4, and then your Necromon could play out a level 5. And then you can kind of cycle and trash things and get some board wiping on your opponent's field, which is super very good. The other level 5 I'm running as a tech choice currently is Chimeramon. I think this card is a really unique card because it allows you to place a level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digi-Evolution card. Then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1000 DP each for this Digimon's colors until the end of your opponent's next turn. So theoretically, if you stack underneath Metal Phantomon, you will have 3 colors to work with, which is really good. So you can get a good chunk out of there. And then, of course, this Digimon on your turn is treated as also having the colors of what is underneath it. So you can Digivolve on top of this later on, which is really nice. And then you get an additional inheritable underneath, which is super very good, especially for Necromon. So on to our level 6s. Of course, we do have 4 of our Necromons. Security attack +1 just for existing, which is fantastic. And of course, it does have Execute, which is what we love to see with this card. This card also has an on-play and 1 Digivolving ability, deleting one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So you can really stop your opponents very well with this card. If they have something on the field that's a really big card, maybe it's their only stack on the field, you can delete it with the when Digivolving or on play, which I'm going to explain why this is an on play card as well. Then, of course, its second ability, which is on play or on deletion, is you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Ghost trait from your trash without paying the cost. So if you were to on play this, you would activate, of course, deleting your opponent's Digimon, as well as playing out a level 5. And what's really fun is you can trigger these how you'd like. So for example, I could use the on play of Necromon first, play out a level 5 or lower Digimon. Perhaps it will be my Metal Phantomon. I get to delete an opponent's level 5 or lower, which then leaves Necromon with 1 less card to have to deal with. So if they have a level 3, a level 4, and a level 5, you can get the level 3 deleted, and now you're maximizing more value by deleting the level 4. Makes it a lot easier. Or if they have level 4 and level 6, delete the lowest level, and then Necromon kicks in and deletes that. Or sorry, you do Phantomon first, deleting level 5, and then of course Necromon deleting the lowest level. Very, very good. Necromon is a great card to be working with, and of course it has Execute with Security +1. So you do get 2 checks off of the Necromon just because, and you can execute it, swing it on deletion, play out a level 5, and theoretically recycle it with your Violet and go from there. Our other level 6s, I have decided to keep with the 2 Reapermons. I was debating on an ace such as Piedmon or Metal Garurumon to help kind of hog memory a bit more. And what was nice about Metal Garuru Ace is that it also has the when attacking, delete your opponent's lowest level. So it kind of works like a Necromon, but with extra steps. But I decided to switch back just to have a little bit more blocking ability, just to kind of go into Necromon, execute, and then kind of end my turn off with a Reapermon blocker if I get up to that stack. This, of course, does have collision as well. And all turns, once per turn, when an effect digivolves your opponent's Digimon, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. So this includes your wisdom trainings, or any of your trainings, I should say. Any of your opponent's trainings, any ace plays, you can de-digivolve it if they don't get rid of your stack. Very useful, super very good to de-digivolve opponents. It also has on deletion, delete one of your opponent's play cost of 4 or lower Digimon or Tamers. So this is really great at combating some Tamers because you can delete any level 4 or lower Tamers, which is super very good. Our other tech choice card today is our Beelzemon Blast Mode Ace. I find that this is a really good card to have because once you get up to the level 6s, if you do decide to keep, let's say, the Reapermon on the field, or if for some reason your Necromon is still on the field, or a different Necromon is now on the field, you are baiting a beautiful ace play here, which of course is on play when digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. If you have 10 or more cards in your trash, instead delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So if you have less than 10 cards, you have to delete a level 6 or lower. But if you have 10 or more, you can delete whatever Digimon card you want. So if they have a level 7, you can delete it, which is pretty good if you ask me. Of course, it also has when attacking by returning 10 non-Digi-Egg cards from your trash to the top of your deck, trash your opponent's top security card. Very useful if you are running low on your stack because we are trash heavy. So if we do get kind of low in our deck, we can start to return things and recycle our deck, thus giving us more of an advantage to maintain board state while we can, which is very good. On to, of course, our Tamers. We are running 2 of the BT18 version of me, which is our memory setter, as well as the start of your main phase by trashing 1 option card or 1 with the Ghost or 3 Musketeer trait. You can draw 1. Very, very good for cycling, as well as the memory setter. You always want kind of a memory setter hanging out in there. But having that draw 1 as an option to fill up your trash and draw 1 works very, very well. In conjunction, for example, similar to the Bakemon that we saw before. So super very good there. Of course, we are going to be running 4 of the new Violets. This is the BT20 Violet. Start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. And of course, your turn. When any of your Ghost trait Digimon are deleted, by suspending this Tamer, 1 of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Ghost trait from your hand with the Digi-Evolution cost reduced by 2. This is the perfect storm for all of our executes and getting us to cycle very quick. So theoretically, you could execute with Necromon, play out a level 5, cause the Phantomon, play out a level 3, maybe you're searching, maybe you want to play out a level 4, and then you can tap these and cycle them back into your Necromon if you have one in trash, or if you have one in your hand, not in your trash. But you would be getting it back from the Demi-Mirror, which is pretty nice. So you can stack these cycles, so you can reduce by 2, digivolve, and then reduce by 2 again, and digivolve a second time on top of the same stack. It's not limited to 1 stack. So super very useful to do that option there. And then our other Tamer that we have here is, of course, the Analog Youth. I've been finding a lot of Analog Youth is very useful here because it is a searcher for on play. It is a cost of 2, so it's a lot cheaper to play out. But you are revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, adding 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, and trashing the remaining cards, letting you build up that trash very early on. And of course, all turns, when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digi-Evolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this Tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory, then hatch 1 Digi-Egg into an empty space in your breeding area. So super very good when you have Necromon getting deleted, or even Metal Phantomon, or even just Phantomon getting deleted with a stack. You get to gain memory, keep turn, and go from there. So that is essentially the Tamers that we've got running. Then moving on to our option cards, we are running 2 of the Wisdom trainings. This, of course, is revealing the top 2 cards of your deck, adding a purple card, and then allowing you with that on delay effect of one of your Digimon may digivolve into a purple Digimon with reduced by 2. So kind of working similar to Violet there with the reduced cost of Digi-Evolution, and we love to see it. I am currently running 2 Mist Memory. I may change this up and reduce it down to 1, but for now I'm just kind of getting a feel for what I can manage with my trash. This of course is trash the top 2 cards of your deck and draw 1 with the main delay of gain 1 memory. It is kind of like a memory boost, but it is a little bit different because it is bringing things into your trash, which you like to see to be able to gain things back from your inheritables as needed. Then, of course, we are running 1 Vortex Resonance. This, of course, again, is searching and allowing you to grab a Liberator card, and then another card can Digivolve. So it's kind of getting you cards that you might be missing, especially because a lot of our cards do have Liberator in them. It is useful to have. And then reducing the Digi-Evolution cost by 4, which does make Necromon a lot cheaper, as well as Reapermon. It would be for free for either of those. Or you could technically even go into Beelzemon for 1 instead of for 5, which is pretty nice. So I do like this for its searching ability, and the reduced Digi-Evolutions just helps me climb a little bit faster. I am running 1 Calling from Darkness. This, of course, is only restricted to 1 right now, so it is deleting 1 of your Digimon and returning up to 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash back to your hand. You do not necessarily have to delete a Digimon for this if you have no Digimon on your field. But if you do have a Digimon on your field, you do have to delete it. So keep that in mind. But it is also very useful because let's say you don't have a Necromon, you could delete your Phantomon and cycle all your cards once again. So I find it very, very useful to have. I am just running 1 Demonic Disaster right now, which allows you to delete one of your You may delete 1 of your Digimon to unsuspend 1 of your purple Digimon. So you could delete something on your field, allowing your Necromon to unsuspend, allowing 2 more checks with execute afterwards. So let's say that you swung with it on your turn. Then you do Demonic Disaster, turn passes, you can execute again with that, which is pretty nice. And its security effect is you may play 1 level 3 purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So it is very beneficial if you want to get kind of a Gazi out, maybe you want to replay the Psychmon out, or you want to get the Candlemon out. The on-play effects don't activate, so although you could technically play out a Ghostmon, you might not want to if you really need that search, so keeping that in mind. And finally, I am running 1 Apparition Legion. This is where the on-play of Necromon comes in handy, because by returning up to 9 levels total worth of Digimon cards from your opponent's trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Ghost Trait Digimon card for each of the card's levels returned. And this would be from your trash to your field. Both, or however many you do, gain Rush and Blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. And then the security effect is you may play 1 level 5 or lower ghost card trait from your trash without paying the cost. This apparition is a great card to be working with because you return, let's say, a 3 level 3s from your opponent's trash back to their deck. Then you can play out 3 level 3s. So theoretically, you could have 3 Search or Ghostmons play out, search away, and then they have Rush and Blocker, which is fantastic. Or you can play out a level 4 and a level 5 to create 9, and then have, maybe you're doing your Bakemon to get an on-play ability from the Soulmon maybe, or you're maybe just trying to get the Inheritables going, or you're maybe playing out the level 5 of the Blocker Metal Phantomon, getting that on-play effect, or maybe you're even just playing out your Execute Phantomon because it has Rush. So having that Execute play out using Apparition is fantastic because it does have Rush. It will activate its Execute and Swing and allow you to play out a level 4 on its deletion, which is really nice. And the same tactic works for the Necromon if you play a level 6 and a level 3. Both of the Necromon on play effects will trigger, allowing you to delete your opponent's lowest level. And of course, you may play out a level 5 or lower card with the Ghost Trait. So with Apparition, it pairs really, really well with Demonic Disaster sometimes because you can cycle out if you've hit it, cycle out, get that swing, swing, swing. And of course, you get Execute and Swing again. So it's pretty nice to have there. So that is essentially the deck that I am currently running. I think the last one I had the Anubis engine in here with the Merva. I think is a really great engine too that you can work with. There's a lot of good cards. I know some people are talking about I believe it's the Mallow Mistamon as a ace card for the level 6 lineup. So there are definitely options. Let me know in the comments below what you think are good cards that I should consider in here, or maybe things I should change up. But this is essentially the deck I am currently running. I might make some tweaks to it as we get closer to the May regionals in Niagara. I'm so excited for it. But yes, so that is essentially the deck today. I hope you've all enjoyed me, Violet Inboots, voicing this deck profile today. And I will see you all on Sunday. Because yes, Kiri has asked me to be here on Sunday for our lovely local friendly play that we usually do. If you're interested, join in on Curiosity's Discord, because from there you would essentially have we do best of ones on Sundays just so we can get through everybody, or as many people as we can, which is really nice. And you can actually play against it and see what it feels like to face Necromon. But other than that, it is time for Ghostmon and I to say farewell. But I hope you all enjoyed. Bye! Wasn't that a fun time, everybody? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that, and having Violet kind of voice over that. I've been waiting to share with you guys that for so long. If you aren't following, please feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. I'm usually on YouTube or on Twitch, so keep an eye out where you can on your socials and from there. But that is Curiosity signing off today. I will hopefully see you on Sunday for some friendlies. Bye, everyone.